I went to the police and I explained my situation.
Mm-hmm.
And they let me have a gun. Well, they didn't let me have it. I had to pay for it. But
Right.
uh, and then they registered me, and they told me what to do to ward off these people. Shoot it up
Hmm.
in the air, let people know that you are armed.
Got. Hello, beautiful people. Today we have a special guest. If you watched my live stream, we talked about, is it wise? Is it a good move for 55 plus, our seniors, our golden members, our senior citizens to move to the motherland? Now, within that video, I posted an email I received from someone from the Small But Mighty crew. Right, over the years, we have developed a awesome community. You guys have put me in rooms of royalty. Right? I've been to the Jubilee House. I've been connected with Yoko. Just, you guys have put me there, right? And it was through this community we have accomplished so many things, governmentally, to be honest. And so we are going to talk to Queen Tracey. The email I shared in that live stream was her email. And after she saw that I shared it, she said she was more than willing to come on the live today and talk to you about her story. And I'm so excited for you guys because, as you know, my mission, my new mission on YouTube is to bridge the emotional, educational, and cultural gap that we have between us and the motherland. So this is the type of cultural bridging. This is the type of unity through community. And I believe with all my little heart that this will bless you guys because everyone doesn't have the same Ghana experience. Right? Some people have great experiences the day they set foot. Some people have all right experiences. Some people have horrible experiences. So we're going to hear everybody's experience because Ghana has an excellent PR and we see all the great sides, right? But what about the regular people, just like me and you? What do we have to say? So here we go. So I present to you, and I'm bringing on the Queen, Queen Tracey. All righty. How are you, Queen?
Queen, okay, I'm fine. How are you?
All is well. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for being part of the Small But Mighty crew. Um, oh my, just go ahead and introduce yourself and start with what triggered your idea to relocate to the motherland.
Okay, sure. My name is Tracy, and as it was mentioned in the last video regarding 55 plus, I'm way past that, 75. But I came over 5 years ago, and what triggered it was that I was in a job that was mainly for you know who, and I was catching all kinds of mess regarding it. And I said, you know what? Once I retire, I am going to go someplace where I can live in peace and harmony,
Mm.
quiet. And then the president of Ghana came over the screen and I said, come back, come to Ghana.
The
We are
year of return.
sorry. We welcome you. And I said, oh. And I said, oh, now, I'm saying, okay, all right, this may be the place. I did
Mm.
no research, but I did get a host. And the host, as I was up in the air, passed away. So I
Mm.
was all on my own.
This
Although I
host.
did have someone to meet me, I got connected with the host because a friend told me her husband goes back and forth to Ghana all the time, and he's doing big time business, and he rents out places and everything. So she got me in contact with him, and so then we began to talk and everything, and he said, well, I do have a place, but if you don't like it, I can get you something else. Now, this
Mm.
man has also built a home in Cape Coast. Well, his wife didn't want to come. Beautiful home. And he told his wife prior to his leaving that she was right all along, because she kept telling him, don't do that, don't do this, don't tell them everything about yourself. And see, there was another single lady, black lady, she did the same exact thing, and they buried her in the backyard. Told
Mm.
all the personal business and everything like that. And I'm going, oh my goodness. And there you got these, what do you call them? Passport grannies. And they're making a bad name for the single women who don't want to fool around with these young boys. You know,
Mm.
I don't see, that's just not me. I don't feel comfortable with that. And I don't see what the appeal is of way past a grandmother. Please. What?
So I'm you brought something, you brought it up, right? But the person that you said that was murdered and put in the back, is that the Diop sisters? Is that who you're referring to?
Naomi. Her name was Naomi.
Oh, this is someone totally different.
Yeah, you might be thinking of people in the Gambia. They're being deleted also,
Wow.
unalive, as they want you to say.
You were tired and sick of working in the States. You didn't like
Hmm.
the way you've been treated. Now,
Hmm.
since you're a golden age of 75, you were during Martin Luther King. You were
Oh
during that
yeah.
time.
Oh yeah.
Elaborate on that.
Hey.
How was that for you?
Okay. Martin Luther King. I wasn't too fond of turn the other cheek. No. Mm-mm.
You're Malcolm
I was
X.
no. Hell no. And that did not sit well with me. I did not like that. And so I paid very little attention to Martin Luther King, because
Mm,
at the end, he even admitted at the end he had uh, he had delivered his people to a burning building, and he realized what he had done.
he did
But it
say
was
that
at the end.
at the end. And once
So
he realized that, that's when they killed him
uh
because then he became a threat.
yeah, he was gone. And he
Hmm.
started talking about reparations. Oh, he was out of there, you know. Ooh, I've been blessed. I've lived through quite a bit. And I joined the service, but not for what do you call it?
Benefits.
I joined for benefits, yes, but I didn't join for a career. I just
Mm.
joined to get the benefits and improve my life. And I did that, and I got out. While I was in, I picked up a few skills like that, shooting that shotgun and carrying on. You know. I said, shoot, I'm not afraid to live by myself, but don't be starting no mess, because I don't
Don't
bother
test me.
anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Don't test Tracey now. She'll bust the cap. For real. We're going to get into it.
Uh-huh.
You responded to the year of return by the Ghanaian president. You
Hmm.
moved to Ghana in October 2019. You just moved, or did you
Yeah.
visit first?
Boom. Yeah,
You
because I
didn't
was
visit.
going off of what my host was telling me.
Mm,
And I saw that see, at that time I didn't realize he was making it because of his gender. I hadn't realized that.
okay, you brought it up again. You did it. You
See,
did
and
it.
if he was still alive, I wouldn't have the problems I'm having, because he would have taken care of that. You see what I'm saying? But I
I
lost
do.
that. Yeah, I lost that. So I
Mm,
ended up on
that's
my
crucial.
own. But thank goodness I have a very strong intuition.
Mm,
And I've been blessed with that. And I've run across quite a few rascals. And one of them approached me wanting me to purchase an NGO. And I said, why would I need an NGO? And he said, you never know. I said, I know. I didn't come over for I didn't
you
come
didn't
over
come
to
over there
start a
for that,
business or anything like that. So why would I need
especially
a
charity. The hell.
come to find out, they booted his butt on out of the country, because he had But he was a
Mm.
real trip. Everybody was complaining about him, and he was that steady trying to get to me, and I just cut him off at each turn.
You're a
Yeah,
target. And that's plain and simple. When you're a foreigner, you are a target and you are a money sign. Now,
yeah,
what you said about losing your connection is very let's focus on that
okay.
because it's very patriarchal in Ghana, and that's one thing they don't advertise, of course, because why would they? You have
Mm-mm.
to go and learn. So you lost that connection. You lost your man
Yes, I
connection,
did. Yes, I did.
the
Mm-hmm.
covering, as they like to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quote
Yeah.
unquote. So after that, what made you stay after losing that
Well,
connection?
okay. After losing that connection, I still didn't realize that my being a female was a problem, you know?
Mm,
And so I moved around with the idea that, okay, I can do what he did and such and such and such. And so I found out, no, I can't, because
mm,
it's not, Ghana is not built that way, as you very well know. It's
yes.
not their culture. You're not looked at with respect. You should have a man, is the way they look at it. And when you
Mhm,
don't, they feel that you are a free for all. You're available and you can be approached. And if you can't be approached, something's wrong with you. You're
mm,
rich. There's something's, hey, you're not right. I've had people stand outside my apartment, started preaching, reading, like they were praying over me. I
mm.
needed prayers. So I pulled mine out and I started right back at them, and they stopped.
So
Okay, they stopped.
they came in front of your apartment to basically pray whatever spirit off of you, in you, whatever, because you're
Uh-huh.
a single woman and something is wrong with you if you're single.
Yes, yes,
Wow.
yes. Uh-huh. Exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
This is how they treat me. And everything that I have is, they can use. Then I realized, oh, they think I'm rich.
Mm.
Well, I guess we do have more than what they have, but it's not that much.
It's not that much. They think it
And
is,
then,
but
but
it's
they
not.
think that's rich.
Mm.
Because see, I'm retired and my money is steadily coming in, and to them,
Right.
that's rich. I don't have any money problems according to them.
Mhm.
And so I said, okay, now we got to work on these things here, the way they're looking at me, as if,
Mm.
you know, I've been called white so many times, and I had to figure that one out.
Abroni?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a foreigner. You're a foreigner. Most of them don't see us as them. That's another thing they don't talk
Right.
about. We are
Okay.
foreign to them.
Okay. All
We're
right.
foreign. We might as well
And
be white.
I tell them, I said, that's an insult. And
Well,
they look
I
at
got
me like I'm
melanin.
crazy.
I got a high level of melanin. When it came to purchasing land, how did
Uh-huh.
you get connected? Where did you decide to go? And how did you get connected to that land?
The lady that was selling the land, um, I got in contact with her because she had a website and
Mm,
it was posted. And I said, oh, now I didn't research that either. And that turned out to be a scam, a Sable.
mm. A
And I'm
Cebu
saying, this chief is out here selling unregistered land. What is wrong with him?
Holt, a Cebu Pan African village is what you're referring to?
Yes,
They were
yes,
offering free land, but the
yes.
$1,200?
Free my butt. It's not free. You have to pay. Now, when I started out, it was 700
Mm.
for 1 acre. I got 80 by 100. Now
Did you mean
they're
one
asking
plot?
for 50 for one plot,
Okay.
80 by 100. And now they're asking for 1,500. Uh-huh. So I said, oh, okay, this sounds wonderful. So I got the place started, got the wall fence built, and it's got two water poly tanks. I got a shed. I got the shell of a house, sitting there. And then they kept telling me, "Oh, you can build, you can build." I said, "Why do they keep saying that?"
That's all they tell you. Build, build, build.
Uh-huh. And so I said, "Okay, something is not right." So
Did
I
you
went to
have
the
an
land commission,
okay?
and the land commission said, yeah, this is okay. Nobody's registered." Uh, so okay, I said, "Okay, all right." I got that land search. Then I went to the land commission, and I was told, "No, the chief knows this is not right. I don't know why he wrote it up like this. He knows this is not right. We
Wow.
cannot, we cannot process this." She said, "But I can change it for you." And she
What?
changed it. Then I took it back to the palace, they call it.
Okay.
And they threw it away and said, "This is not the way the chief wants it." And they did it back the way it was. So, of course, I wasn't going to go back to the land commission because they had already changed it. So I said, "I give up. Hey, you're not running me all over the place because you guys don't know what the devil you're doing."
Hmm.
So finally, the association just got a lawyer, and the lawyer wanted to talk to the chief, but the chief
Okay.
didn't want to talk to the lawyer. But what he did was he changed the indenture back to the way that it should be. So he knew all along that it wasn't right.
Ah, so when you got the lawyer involved, the chief brought it back to the way it should be.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. And so
Wow.
then I was able to take that to the land commission, and now it's being processed, and I'm at the fifth stage, which is
Wow.
plotting of the land.
Hmm.
And so I said, "Now, all this time wasted." And you know something, I don't know if I should be saying all of this because
I've already said it for you on my channel.
on your channel, right? Oh, okay. Yeah. And so because the association, I don't know if they broadcasted it or not, but people should know what they're getting into
Right.
because it's not right.
It's not right. So
It's
you
not
weren't
right.
even from the beginning, you weren't educated about the process of buying land. They just said,
No,
give us your money. Here's the paperwork. No education, no breakdown, no nothing.
exactly.
Mm.
Exactly.
And
Well,
so
of
the
course, they're
people,
not going to tell you because they know they weren't doing the right thing.
and they
You know,
they want the money, you know?
hmm
They
yeah.
want the money, they want to frustrate you so you quit and leave and then take that
Uh-huh.
land and sell it to someone else.
There you go. There you go. They even traveling to United States trying to sell. And so
Mm.
I'm saying, okay, I'm not doing another thing until this land is registered because I'm not going to try and sell my land as unregistered as it has been sold to me as unregistered because people are saying, "Oh, you don't have to do that. You can just let the person you sell it to register." I said, "No, I can't." Because see, that's what the chief did to us. So why should I turn around and try to do it to somebody else?
Exactly. So the community I was a part of, the first land I bought, the people from the community are selling their land and they haven't even
Mm,
done their due diligence. And I said, because they reached out to me once they found out that I was connected to Ioko and
mm,
congratulating me and everything. And they're like, oh, yeah, we're just going to sell our land. I said, did you do your due diligence? They're like, no. I was like, so what cost the states did to you? You're going to do to someone else? They're like, oh, we didn't even think about it like that.
mm.
On integrity. Now, people have said, no, I sold it there and they can deal with it. And if that's what they want to do, that's cool. But that's not my standard of business.
Mine either. Mine either. Because,
Wow.
you don't do that, because that's going to just lead into a lot of problems. I just let people know, hey, it's not finished. You'll have to finish it, but it is registered. Once I get it registered, it's not registered now, but once I get it registered, and then I can transfer it over to them. They can do whatever they want with it.
So
But no,
you've
I said no.
decided,
And these were people that were just trying to get the land sold. That's all. And they didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
that it was not registered. They went to her because they wanted their commission
Okay. So right
for
now,
selling it.
what do you want to do with the land right now?
Right now,
Mm-hmm.
register it. After it's registered, I want to sell.
So you're done. I mean, you're done with the whole development process. You came to develop and
Oh,
live,
yes,
but
yes.
you're
I've done
done
all
now.
I'm going to do. I've done all I'm going to do because on that same property, one of the residents had a snake head and a dead bird placed on her porch. I said, now
Okay.
why are they doing that?
Hmm.
I, this doesn't sound like a place I want to live,
That
because
sounds
it's
like a
all like
hocus
500
pocus.
acres, right? And the chief, part of it is family land and part of it is stool land. And then the family is coming and making a fuss with the people who are on the family land, saying this is their land and just carrying on.
Just a
And
mess.
their reasoning, now people say Ghanaians don't have critical thinking. Well, when it comes to money, yes, they do. Because what they did was they approached the plot holders and made a fuss with them. And they told them, well, we'll start with you because we've been trying to deal with the chief and he won't listen. So if we deal with you, you're going to deal with him and we'll get
Hmm.
everything straight. And they were right because that's
Wow.
exactly what the plot holders did. They went to the chief and said, look, hey, this is getting messy,
Right. I think
really
there
messy.
was
Because
articles on that.
when they first started, they were saying stuff like, well, we don't want to upset the chief. And I said, what?
You have my
Please.
money.
And that's when I started out on my own and was told, no, this indenture is not right. Now, I
Mm,
didn't call anybody any names or anything. I tried to move smoothly and everything like that. But I stopped because I was at a standstill. And I wasn't going to
mm.
kick up any fuss about it. I just sat back and wait because uh, I didn't think that would do me any good all by myself. It's not like it was a
Right.
group of us, you know,
Right.
because they were talking about they didn't want to upset the king. So I said, they call him King Chief. I don't know what he is,
Mm-hmm.
but
Wow.
it's a
So,
total mess. It was a total mess. Asebu Pan African village, and it still
wow.
is a mess. Now
Still
it's
is.
working out for some people. Some people are actually living on the land. Yes, they
Okay.
are. They are living on the land. They have their homes built and everything like that. And they're doing quite well. But the majority of them are like men. I think it's two ladies that have their
Mm.
house built. And that's because they're constantly surrounded by men.
Strategy. And that's
Hmm.
where I am. Every
Hmm.
person that's helping me are males because I learned the game. I
Hmm.
said, okay, well,
Hmm.
I'll play the game because I'm gonna win every time. Because now I know. Now I know. Now, Queen, I want to
Yeah.
get to your email. You sent me this email June 4th, 2024. In the caption, you said, need help from small but mighty crew. What happened? What happened? What led you to email this to me? What was the event?
Oh, when I said need help, I
Mm-hmm.
was saying, okay, by me being by myself, it just dawned on me that, these people do not respect me because they see me as an easy target, female. They don't care about my age. I was told when I was in the United States, Ghanaians have so much respect for the elder. No, they don't. No, they don't.
Mm.
They don't get there and knock you upside your head. But
I know. Jesus.
the,
They snatched me up and I was silent. Mm-mm.
yeah, I said, and called you their girlfriend. I said, girlfriend, how did she jump into that category so quick?
I was like, what?
So, so
Crazy.
I said, oh, small but mighty crew. Maybe they can get somebody to come over, and I'll pay them to just check on me from, time to time. That's what I was seeking. But
Mm.
when that did not materialize, I said, oh, I went to the police and I explained my situation.
Mm-hmm.
And they let me have a gun. Well, they didn't let me have it. I had to pay for it, but
Right.
Uh, and then they registered me, and they told me what to do to ward off these people. Shoot it up
Hmm.
in the air, let people know that you are armed.
Got.
Uh, yeah, so
Wow.
it has been very, very different, I should say. Things have
That
subsided.
that changed the game.
Because people
So
were telling me, Ghanaian women don't act like this. I said, you know what? Maybe they don't. They have to rely on their men to take care of them. And if they step out of line, they might be homeless. You
mhm,
have women in the United States like that too. You know,
mhm,
uh, when I went to get my gun, there were so many domestic violence cases sitting on the chair waiting to be heard in
mm,
Ghana.
mhm.
And so I'm saying now, what do you need a man for that for to keep beating on you? You know?
You said it.
So I said, okay, all right. Well, here's what I am going to do. Um,
What's your gun's name? Who's your gun?
oh, you know what? I didn't give it a name. I got it.
No, you did. It's a husband, remember?
Yeah, I know. Maybe I should call it Harry.
Harry, your husband.
Ah,
So, so you don't have a man? Get a Harry. Glock. Glock it up. And it's fun. And I can already hear people in the comment section now. Don't bring your Western mentality here. We don't have a gun culture.
oh, okay. Well, then you end up 6 feet under pushing up daisies. How about that?
How about that?
And that's a Western mentality too, to be under 6 feet under pushing up daisies. Do you want to do that? Because they do that to females here. You step out of
I did a
line.
video. I did a video on it.
Yeah. Oh, did you? Okay.
Hmm.
So they can say whatever they want, but I feel comfortable doing what I'm doing. I can sleep at night, you know?
Because Harry's there.
Yeah. And let people know that I have it. And
Right.
then, Western mentality or not, there's a lot of people in Ghana who have guns,
Hmm.
registered and some not registered.
But yours is
So,
registered.
how Western is that? You know, Ghana may be safe, but people say that. But then I say, well, if Ghana's so safe, why do people have barbed wires and electric fences and all these cameras?
Well,
So,
well,
dogs.
but it's, you know what? And I love that you're so frank right now and that we can talk about it because it needs to be talked about because no one's talking about it. There's people like
No.
yourself that are hopping over, right? Not researching, right? Just because they're so emotionally imbalanced, right?
Mm-hmm.
If someone saw this video or see my videos and say, okay, let me calm down, people have told me, they're like, Leslie, I was emotionally imbalanced, men and female. They're like, and I calmed down because of you. And I see that
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to rush and I'm going to visit. I'm going to stay for long periods of time and see if this is the place for me. So I'm not
Mm-hmm.
making, we must, me and you, we dropped the ball. We were emotionally imbalanced. We transitioned without doing proper research and proper due diligence. I take full responsibility for that. But when
So
it
do
comes to
I. So do I.
but when it comes to criminality, there's no excuse for criminality and fraud. I will never
Mm-hmm.
grow numb and I will never accept the fact that someone can just take my money and put their hands on me. I think not.
Thank you.
I think not. And
Yeah.
so a man's Ghana and a woman's Ghana, two different things.
Thank you. And I was glad you brought that up in your last YouTube because men talk in a different way. They think all is for the men, the women too, but it's not. It's not.
Mm.
And when you take up for yourself, then you're looked at in a different vein, and you're looked at like, oh, she's just like a man, or something like that. Because I
Mm.
was listening to one Gambian, a lady that went to Gambia, and she said, the men in Gambia, the African men in Gambia, if you're single, they look at you like a stray dog.
Mm. Wow.
A man without a woman without a man is considered like a stray dog. You know,
Hmm.
say, damn,
I mean,
a
it's a
stray
social
dog
norm.
when you compare
It's
animals.
it's a social norm here too, but we have rights and protection here in the
Yes.
States. Way more rights and
Mm-hmm.
protection. And it gets ugly here too. And I'm not trying to say that USA is perfect, but we have
Mm-hmm.
more rights here. There's
Yes.
camera places. At most businesses have cameras, right?
Mm-hmm.
CCTV. And by
Yeah.
law, they have to release footage if it's requested. And that's a
Mm-hmm.
type of covering in itself.
Yeah. Yeah. But
A
over
stray
here, they could
dog.
do anything to women and nothing will happen to them.
Hmm. I
They're
am
not.
so grateful that you opened yourself up for this because it's not an easy thing to do to be transparent and to tell the truth when we're
Oh.
encouraged to be quiet. Shh,
Mm-hmm.
be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to speak like that. Who said? And that's why I love the virtual community because what are you going to do? Sock me through your screen? You can't do it. Uh-uh. Unity
Yeah.
through community, folks. We need each other. So for those out there in Ghana, for those that are considering going, go with community. One thing you did excellently, Queen Tracey, you got your connection in the States, and
Uh-huh.
you used that connection in the motherland. Unfortunately, he passed away, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there were after he
Mm-hmm.
passed away, that was a culture gap that you had to learn, right? But
Mm-hmm.
because
Yes.
you opened up and you did this video, that culture gap is going to be closed for so many other women and for so many other families. So I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate you and I thank you for taking the time to do this because so many people are going to be saved tens of or hundreds of thousands of dollars and years off their
Mm-hmm.
experience because they took the
Okay.
time to listen.
And you know what? When you said that about the Western mentality, bringing the Western mentality over here, um, Ghana is owned by the United States.
Oh, for sure.
So, in essence, you are in a Western mentality. So, you can come over here thinking that you can do this, that, and the other thing if you want to,
If you
but you
want.
better bring some of that Western mentality with you because you're going to be in a world of hurt. If you ain't out here,
Mhm.
if you here by yourself and you have no way to protect yourself, okay, all right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that you said that because I interviewed diplomat William Manful. He's from the Foreign Affairs Ministry in Ghana, and I told him that people think going to Africa you're getting away from white supremacy, right? I said
Mm-hmm.
all it is it someone else's hand on someone else's hand that's a black hand and that's touching you. Now, like in America, you think the white man is choking us, but in Africa, it's just a black hand with the white hand attached to the elbow. Okay.
Because people say, well, how do you like Ghana? And I say, well, I don't see much difference between Ghana and the United States. It's just that the police is not hunting you down and shooting you, killing you. Um, but other than that, I don't see too much difference,
Wow.
in terms of uh, the male female thing. Because you go in the United States, they beating you all up, and you're not supposed to say anything. And then over here, it's assumed that you're available if you don't have anyone. So
Mm.
you belong to them, just like that guy who grabbed you by the. You were his. How dare you put your hands on me?
Yeah.
You don't know me.
Even my tour guide that wasn't a tour guide when I first went to Ghana claimed me as his. I'm just like, what is going on? I
Hmm.
like you. I want you. I said, but I don't. And I said, and so
Hmm.
I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even have a choice here. He's
Hmm.
already claimed me in his mind.
Yeah. So it wasn't easy for me, but I persevered and just stayed on my P's and Q's. And then once I really fully understood my position, I did what you did. And I surrounded myself, mostly taxi drivers. I said, no, you go in there and you do such and such and such, and everything goes smoothly, and no
Mm-hmm.
problem, no problem. And so When I get someone to come over and help me to do things around the house, I get females, of course, but um, they bring with them uh, their village people, and they bring with them familiarity with the village, and they know the people, so they don't have that problem of,
Mm.
you know, you're a female and this type thing because they know each other. So that's
Right.
fine.
Unity through community. That's how you move in Ghana, folks, and in the motherland. You move as
Hmm.
a unit. You move as a
Yeah.
unit. So, Queen Tracy, what is your future plans now? So we know you want to
Okay.
sell the land,
My future plans is I would just want to rent. I don't
rent.
want to be bothered because I don't know a thing about building a home or anything. I was thinking that people would be honest and just go on and do what they have to do, but it's just a scam, you know. They see you by yourself and they do this and they do that and they say they did everything and they did nothing, and you know, I said, look, I'm tired of this. I am so tired of this. I just want to rent a
Rest.
nice
Yeah.
place
Mm-hmm.
and live out the rest of my life in peace. That's
Yes,
all
because
I
you're a golden 75. You should be
want.
resting every day.
Thank you. I ain't got time for all of this.
You
Shoot.
already paid the price. That's why you retired. Don't have to worry about money. You
Uh-huh.
paid your dues. Okay.
Thank
So
you.
yeah. So to end on a high note, Queen
Uh-huh.
Tracy,
Mm-hmm.
looking back in all that you have gone through and all that you have accomplished, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are three things you would share with a small but mighty crew that you would have done differently and what they should do coming to Ghana or anywhere in the motherland?
Okay. Well, knowing what I know now, I probably would have had a backup host
A
in
backup
case
plan.
a backup host,
Oh, host. What do you mean? Oh, a
male,
host. Got you. Okay.
HOST.
Mm.
You know, I probably would have had a backup. But who thinks about somebody passing away? Please, you know,
Right. No, no,
it
it's
doesn't
totally
ever happen.
understandable.
You know,
Yeah.
and I would have done research. I was living among Ghanaian Americans. I was communicating with them, but I wasn't asking the right questions.
Mm.
You know, I didn't know what to ask. They just told me, don't trust anybody.
Right. Don't trust no one. That's it. That nothing comes after that.
That's what they told me. Don't trust. They didn't want me to come, number one. And then they said, well, if you have to go, don't trust anybody. I'm
Mm.
telling you, do not trust anybody. And these are Ghanaians. And so I said, okay, all right. I took that into consideration. And so then I come here and just sure enough, like they said, people going to come at you. The mother's sick. The child got malaria. Oh, I was in a car accident. And it's all about money. And then I just began to lament about, well, I can sympathize with you and I understand, but you know, my brother's in the hospital. My sister needs an operation. My nephew is near death. I saw, you know, well, how do I know that's true? Well, how do I know what you're saying is true?
Point one, a backup host. Another way of saying is unity through community. You need a community,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Number two, you said research. Do your
Mm-hmm.
due diligence before
Yes.
even moving, right? And what would be your number three?
My number three would to be I think what I failed to do was build
Mm-hmm.
connections. Because I had Ghanaian friends in America who could possibly have connected me with their people, but I wasn't thinking. All I wanted to do was go. I was so tired of America
Mm-hmm.
and being harassed about this, that, and the other. And I just wanted to get out of there. And I just didn't want to come back. And I still don't want to go back.
Mm-hmm.
I will make Ghana work for me.
Okay,
But
I hear you.
Yeah, I will make it work.
That's good.
But
You got
I
hair.
just didn't, I just didn't do it right. I just was so, tired of
Mm-hmm.
America and their system of how they treat others. Put it that
Mm-hmm.
way. How they treat others, and I was just getting tired of it. I worked hard, and that didn't mean anything. They
Mm.
wanted to take that away from me, and I said, "Oh, let me out of here." And so,
I
yeah, those are the three things.
I love that you said that because my mission is to bridge that emotional gap. That was an emotional gap for you. You were tired in the States. You were so
Hmm.
tired. You said, I don't care about researching. It didn't even cross your mind. You're like, I just want to get out. Right. And that's
Yes.
the very reason for my page. My channel is for the very beginning of the process. Now, there's other
Hmm.
channels and people out there and lawyers and everything, but what do you do when you can't see at the beginning? Right? Because you're emotionally imbalanced, right? You just want to get out. There's hurt, there's trauma. What do you do when
Hmm.
you are in your own way? And so that's why I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to get your story because there's two common denominators. Everyone I talk to, they were in a rush and they're emotionally imbalanced. So if we can get
Hmm.
these two in order, our money will be in order and we
Hmm.
we can avoid a lot of drama and trauma because I'm
Yes.
for going back to Africa, doing business, relocating if that fits your spirit and your vision. I'll never come against that because I believe unity through
Hmm.
community. But what I also don't believe is you're gonna have to get scammed just the way you did. No, no,
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
streamline. Let's streamline this, folks. And the way we
Hmm.
streamline it is telling our stories, getting our
Hmm.
word out. And then once we
Hmm.
find those connections and build those relationships, we share them, right? We
Yeah.
make ebooks, we get websites, we go out, we do interviews like this to help ourselves. Queen Tracey, I thank you so much for your time. I
Oh,
thank you
you're
for being
welcome.
open to doing this. Now, do you have a YouTube channel or anything, or you're just doing this out of your heart and like,
No, I'm doing it because you were very helpful. And I said, well, if I can help her with her audience, because I know I've had people ask me, and I said,
mm,
no, no, I ain't doing that.
wow,
I'm not
thank
doing
you.
it. And they wanted me to do what I'm doing with you. You're the first person I've done this with, and you'll probably be the last because people who don't come across as authentic to me.
Mm,
And um, I might end up with somebody knocking on my door. You know what I mean? Because you tell them
yes.
one thing and they done did another thing, and then you're in a whole bunch of trouble. Pan African Village. I said I don't know if I should say all of that, but this is what happened. You
Mm-hmm.
know, maybe I shouldn't have mentioned Pan African Village, but that's what's happening over there. Asebu Pan African Village. It's a mess.
Mm. This was, well, after you saying that, this privilege and an honor for me, and I don't take this moment lightly. I don't take this lightly at all. So I really thank you for being part of the Small but Mighty crew and sharing your story because this is what it's about. Each one teach
Mm-hmm.
one, each one
Mm-hmm.
teach one. So thank you so much,
Each
Queen
one teach
Tracey.
one.
Each one teach one. So thank you so much, Queen Tracey. Whenever I go back to Ghana, I will definitely come by and visit you.
Okay, thank you and bye.
Bye.
Join our free newsletter for land updates, group trips, and international real estate connections. Link in the description box. Now available, ebooks and e-workbooks to mentally and emotionally prepare you to visit, repatriate, or buy land in the Motherland. And the authentic handmade kente cloth I got from Kumasi, Ghana is now a home decor line made by yours truly. Get a piece of the Motherland until you can visit yourself. Click the link in the description box to visit my store.